Hello and welcome to SimWriter 101, Episode 2. I'm Brandon, and in this episode, we'll begin discussing the Map tab. Specifically, we'll learn how to add and delete stages and components using the Map tab. Now remember that the Map tab allows you to view your sim from a high level. You can easily see the overall pattern of the simulation, and visually you can distinguish what type of stages are present: choice stages, agent stages, report stages, and so on. There are also icons which quickly allow you to identify what components are located on any particular stage. Icons also represent if a stage contains review notes or behavior script. We'll cover the specifics around all of these items in future episodes. For now, it's just enough to know that they are there. So, also just keep in mind that the Map tab is the primary way that you navigate around your simulation while you're working on it. Clicking on a stage in the Map tab brings that stage and all of its information and components up in the Write and Design tabs. Then you can, once you have that there, you can work on the individual stages and their components. Now, obviously, the Map tab is a great way to visually reference the overall structure of your sim and navigate around your sim while you're working on it. But there's also several functional procedures which the Map tab comes in handy for. And a couple of those that we'll be discussing in this episode is adding and deleting stages and components contained on those stages through the Map tab. You can build and modify the simulation by adding and deleting these stages. Other things that you can do are copy pasting stages, linking and unlinking stages, and adding transition effects. And we'll go over those in future episodes. But for now, we'll just content ourselves with adding and deleting stages and components. So let's start with adding a stage. As with most procedures in SimWriter, there are several ways to accomplish this task. And, really none of which is better than another. The trick is just to get in there, start building simulations on your own, and develop the way that works best for you. SimWriter really accommodates many different work styles. Okay, so of the several ways that we can add a stage, you can select New Stage to Map from the Insert menu of the menu toolbar and choose the type of stage you would like to add. You can select Add New Stage from the right-click menu and choose the type of stage you'd like to add from there. Or you can click the down arrow, which is next to this New Stage button from the Map toolbar, and once again choose the type of stage you'd like to add. I'm gonna go ahead and come down here and right-click because that's the way I like to work. But like I said, find the way that works best for you and go for it. When adding a new stage, you'll notice when I right-click, I'm presented with many options in this case. A blank stage is a stage that has no components on it and can be populated as you wish. It's really just a clean slate. You can pre-populate stages with a character or a combination of characters on it as a shortcut. Selecting one of these stages will give you a new stage with the characters already added to the stage. The characters will have blank dialogue fields, speak bubble placeholders, continue hyperlink associated with them. The amount and names of the characters are determined by you in the simulation settings, and we'll cover that in a future episode also. You will also have the option of creating a choices stage with up to 6 choices pre-populating the stage. If you select this option, you can add or delete choices in the map or right tabs as needed. Note that added stages will appear on the simulation map either immediately below or to the right of the currently selected stage, and will be populated, according to your choice. For example, if you select to add a stage with the characters of, for example here, Dean and Brandy, a new stage will be created that already contains character response fields for the characters Dean and Brandy. And then you'll need to go in and add dialogue to those fields. They're basically blank fields, but they're there for you. If, on the other hand, you select 3 choices, a new stage will be created that already contains 3 unscored choices fields that then you'll add content to those also. Many times you'll want to add other various components to your stages which you create. And when I refer to components, I'm referring to things such as additional characters, choices, movies, audio, reports, just things like that. So let's go ahead and walk through how to add a component. First, let's add a blank stage to the map which will give us a stage with no components, no associated images, text fields, nothing like that. And we'll just follow the same process for adding a new stage to the map and select blank. I'm going to right-click on the Map tab to add my stage, but remember there's several ways you can add a stage. Okay, to add an individual component to this blank stage, select a component from the Design Components palette, or click Insert and select a component from the menu. I'm going to choose to add a movie. Once you've selected a component, you'll notice that the cursor changes to an insert arrow. And with that insert arrow, click anywhere on the right or design tabs. And SimWriter will place the selected component on the stage where you clicked. You'll see an icon in the Map tab now that represents the newly added component. If you want to delete a stage, let's say I want to delete the stage I've just created here, I can either select the stage by clicking in the stage and making sure I don't click any of the components, just out in an empty area of the stage so that the entire thing is selected, and then simply click the delete key. Or I can, once again, right-click in the empty area of the stage and choose the delete stage command. Now, deleting an individual component is much the same, except instead of clicking out in an empty area, you click on the component you wish to delete. Once your component is selected, once again, just simply hit the delete key. Or you can right-click and select the delete command. You'll know you've selected a component because SimWriter will specifically tell you what you're deleting. In this case, I selected a character, so the command listed when I right-clicked is delete character. If I were deleting a movie, it would say delete movie. You get the idea. Well, anyway, that wraps it up for this episode. Hopefully you learned how to add and delete stages and components in the Map tab. If you didn't, rewind and watch it again. In the next episode, we'll begin exploring other functions which you can perform in the Map tab. Things such as moving, copy, pasting, linking, all that good stuff. So I'll talk to you soon.